everyone! My name is China, and I am 27, and I am from the great state of Nebraska. I have been contemplating this video blogging thing for a while, and decided just recently it was something I wanted to do, and something I wanted to be a part of, to share my story, and I think it's important, and I think it's kind of where my passion's going to be. To educate and advocate for others who are like me. So when I decided that this is what I was going to do and this is something that I wanted to do, today was going to be the day because it's a perfect day. Because it's so relevant to my story and my injury and what I want to share with others about. So it's December 29th, 2016, and exactly 12 years ago, so December 29th, 2004, I was in a life-changing car accident that left me in a wheelchair, which you can kind of see. And that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to tell my story, and then I don't really know what I'm going to vlog about, just different moments in my life and perspectives I think are important to share, and good days and bad days, and I just want to let other people really see what it's like to be a spinal cord injury like I am. So that's, I think, where I'm going with all of this. Who knows, it could change. So anyway, 12 years ago today, like I said, I was in a car accident that not only changed my life, but changed everyone around me's lives, especially the people who love me. In an instant, I was driving to school and was thrown out of the back window of my vehicle, and I broke my neck and sustained a spinal cord injury and was flown to Swedish Medical Center, which is in Denver, where I was in an intensive care unit. I had surgery on New Year's Eve to stabilize my spine, and in a second I'll give you a quick science lesson for those that don't know what a spinal cord injury is, because I sure didn't. So anyway, I had surgery on New Year's Eve to stabilize the broken vertebrae, and then we were left to deal with the injured spinal cord. So about a week and a half into intensive care, I remember this nurse coming in, and the only thing I remember about her, besides what she said to me, and this is horrible, but she had really ugly teeth, and I don't know if she did or not, but that has always stuck out in my mind, and maybe I just made her have ugly teeth because of the things that she said. But anyway, she sat down on the edge of my bed and she said, "Honey, you sustained a spinal cord injury and you will probably never walk again." I was on a ventilator at the time. She told me, "Chances are you'll never be able to breathe on your own again. We aren't sure about eating because your swallowing may have been affected by the neck injury itself. You will be completely dependent on others for everything for the rest of your life." And I just kind of remember thinking, and part of it is, you're pretty out of it anyway. They have you medicated. So I just kind of remember thinking, girl, you crazy. Like, that's not going to be my life. And I think 50% of that is denial, or, was denial. And for me, the other 50% was like, you give me walls, I'm going to knock them down. There's no way that I'm not going to gain my independence or some form of independence, because that's who I am, and I don't want to live my life completely dependent on others. And I think part of me made a decision then to move forward and to do the best I could with the situation I had been given. So then I was transferred over to Craig Hospital, which is a rehabilitation hospital for spinal cord injuries and brain injuries. If you ask me, it's the best in the world, and I was blessed to be there. So basically it was, okay, now you relearn everything from your new life. I mean, it was like, you deal with what you have and what you don't have, and we'll try to make accommodations for that. So I could kind of wiggle my wrist. That was all I had. I've gained since then, thank God. And like I said, I was on a ventilator, but they had me off the vent in a month. And I was eating, and I had a little bit of movement, which was more than they thought I was ever going to have. And I've been fortunate to gain much more than I was supposed to. Thank goodness. And so that has given me a level of independence that I was told I would never have in the beginning. So after 4 months, it was time to go home. And basically start from scratch. I definitely wasn't ready to go home. I definitely wasn't ready to go back to school. But it was time. I'd made the strides I was going to make. So that summer of 2005, I spent getting caught up on my schoolwork, because I was in the hospital from January to April or May. And then it was time to start my sophomore year. If I could do it over, I would definitely have went out more and saw people more, like the summer before school started, because sophomore year was probably the hardest year of my life, because there's just no book, there's no manual, like, this is how you deal with this. So I didn't know how to handle it, my classmates didn't know how to handle it. Fortunately, I was super blessed in amazing family, amazing friends, and all of us were just kind of learning as we went, but there was probably like 1,000,001 awkward moments, and 1,000,000 I want to crawl into a hole moments, and it was just hard because people don't know what to say, and I didn't know what to say, and I kept telling myself and everyone, like, I'm still me, I'm the same me, which I know now, I definitely was not the same me. I was definitely not the same girl. Every ounce of confidence that I had ever had been shattered, and I just never thought, living through that year, I really never thought it would get better or that I would ever be comfortable in my own skin. And I am so fortunate to say, like, I am me, I am happy to be me, I am comfortable in my own skin, I'm not afraid or embarrassed, or I'm at a place I never thought I would be. And it really did get better. They tell you in the beginning it'll get better, and you just want to scream at them. You don't know. How could you know? It's never going to get better. And it has gotten so much better. And I'm so blessed and thankful. So, 12 years later, I have arm movement, more than I thought I would have. Biceps, a little bit of triceps. I can drink water. This is a Camelback if y'all are wondering. I run a tablet. You can't see it, but it's ginormous, but it works for me. So I'm connected to the world. I can use a computer, obviously. The dot is how I run my mouse. It's called a head mouse. And then I use like a voice-activated software. I can drive my own chair. It's an electric wheelchair, and that has given me an incredible level of independence. It took us about 4 years to figure out exactly what I needed. And they kind of invented something for me so that I could do it by myself, but I can do it by myself. You know, I can roll into a room all by myself, which at one point I never ever thought I was going to be able to do any of that. I'm working on feeding myself, which is an incredible thing. It's an incredible step forward. I'm going back to school in January. It's only taken me 10 years, but I'm almost done with my associate's degree. Okay, 9 years. And I have goals and dreams, and I feel like year 12 of my injury, year 27 of my life is going to be an incredible year. And I wouldn't be here without my community and my fellow students and everyone who taught me lessons along the way, people who were in my life and aren't anymore. I'm thankful and blessed just as much for you as I am for the people that are here today and that have been here the whole time, that are ride or die, you know, through this whole crazy spinal cord injury life. I just need to say thank you. I'm blessed and I know it. I've always been blessed. There are hard moments, there are hard days, but considering the level of physical disability I have such an incredible life. And I'm going to keep doing this video blogging thing and share moments and perspectives and good days and bad days, and hopefully I can impact someone or help someone who's struggling, or if nothing else, I just want people to know, like, even in your darkest moment, like when you feel like you can't do it, like it will never get better, how can you survive it? You absolutely can. So I think that's it. To my amazing friends and family, I love you and I'm grateful. A special shout out to Grams, who's here with me every day, all day, helping me do everything that I need. I'm so thankful because I wouldn't be able to accomplish any of these things or follow any of these dreams without you. And I'm blessed. I'm super blessed.